this was an evolution. It started off as one thing, went to another, and then it ended up this way. So stay tuned to see how I pulled this rescue off. Hi Artie friends, it's Lee here. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope you've been doing well. I haven't done one of these pages for a while, so I thought it's about time that I did another art journal page. So I'm just using this book, which I've done a couple of things in, but not too many. Now this is actually, how do you say it? Is it Uhoo or something like Ululu, something? Markers, pens. Maybe it's on the book. Not there. Oh, hoo-hoo. I can't think what it's called. But it's actually, I didn't realise. I bought it because of the size, but I didn't realise that it is actually for alcohol markers. So it's a special paper, and it can be torn off, so there's a perforation on there. So what I've done is just glued 2 pages together. I just love the size because it's 8 by 8. I think it's a great size. Anyway, what have you all been doing? Keeping busy. Hope you have enjoyed the couple of jelly print videos that I've put up. Had a couple of really positive comments about them. So it seems like they're being they're useful. There's a few more to go in that series. I'll tell you what I started, and that's a glue book. I never realised how much fun a glue book would be. So I'll have to show you that in another video. So first things first, I'm going to glue down some book page. I have my trusty old Liquitex matte gel medium to do that with. And I bought a set of these rubber paint or silicone paintbrushes. They're the best. They spread the paint and the glue around so well. Really, really like it. And they weren't expensive. That was about $14 Australian on Amazon. Ordered them and they were here 2 days later, so you can't complain about that, can you? Okay, so why am I putting this all over the place? Because I'm talking and I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. That's why. And I'm only supposed to be gluing down little bits. Alright, it doesn't matter because it is a painting medium. So it's going to prime the page anyway. So I'm mainly putting this down for a bit of texture, and in the end you'll probably be able to see a little bit peeping through here and there. And just sticking it down in random places. Not really thinking about it, just putting it down. So I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I've been having a bit of trouble with traffic noise here. I'm not sure why there is so much all of a sudden. I know there's a couple of houses in this neighbourhood that have been demolished and new ones are being built. So there's a few trucks going past that wouldn't normally be going past, but it's been shocking. Too much editing. And I don't hear it when I'm submerged in my little arty world here. So it's only when I go to edit my videos that I hear all this noise, and it's like, oh no. Have to, sometimes I've just got to cut out the audio or cut out the bit of footage completely. I try not to do that too much though. Anyway, I bought a little lapel microphone, so it should only pick my voice up and maybe a bit of the noise on the table. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. Okay, so I'm going to, it's drying really quick because it's hot today. I'm going to put a little bit of gesso over the top of this stuff, just to blend in those pieces. I feel like I need something darker in there. What if I get a piece of gel print or something? What's this? This might work. To brayer off a piece. Yep, I'll just put some of these in here just to get a little bit of extra contrast in there. So as usual, I have no plan what I'm doing here. I'm just making it up as I go, but I generally do the same things every time, which is to a little bit of collage, a little bit of gesso, maybe some texture paste, maybe some stamping. You pretty much can't go wrong. Make sure I'm tearing this the right way so I don't get too much white edge. The colours are just beautiful. These pages, when you're doing your jelly prints, when you run your brayer over the paper to get the excess paint off, they may not look much, but when you start tearing off bits of them like that, it's just beautiful. Love them. Or if you cut circles out of them, that sort of thing. Get back there. Okay. I might as well use the rest of this. And that's nice and strippy. So, over in America, you must be starting to warm up now because we're looking forward to the end of summer. So the start of March, the start of March is the start of autumn. And it's been such a horrible hot summer here. I cannot wait for some cooler weather. I feel like I want a little bit more of that. There's some nice sort of orangey stuff in here. I'm going to grab a bit of that out. Maybe a few bits of that. Really. I'm just going to whack them on, and then I'll do the gesso. So I'll be using white gesso because I want to blend the joins, the edges in, so all these bits of paper recede into the background a little bit. Here we go. Where do you want to go? Maybe there. Oh, I like that as it is. Let's just call that done. No, that's not what's going to happen. But it is nice. Okay, so let's get the gesso, crack that open, put a bit on that on, and then I might dry it off a little bit. I'm not sure. I am sitting in front of an open window. Oh, there we go. I didn't think that was going to open then. Okay, there's enough in the lid. I'll just use it out of the lid. And I'm just dry brushing the gesso on. Especially when I put some on there, on that masking tape. So what this does is just masks the edges of all the bits of paper so they don't look like they're sitting on top of the paper. They look like they're part of it instead. I didn't mean to cover all that off. I'm just going to wipe it. I didn't want to cover it up that much. Just roughly. Yeah,
can always wipe it away before it dries if you put too much on, just like that. This is a very wet gesso. I can't say I ever remember this gesso being this wet. It was just more like a paste, I thought. Just do something. I'm just going to put some on my brayer here. Now I'm just going to roll it up there. Let's go over the whole page. Okay, I'm going to dry that off. Now that is dry, or dry enough to work on. I've got this other gesso which is a little bit more pasty than the other one because I want to stencil some of this flower, and I want it to be like textural, so I'm going to use one of these fantastic silicone brushes to push the paint of the gesso into the openings of the stencil, and fingers crossed when I take it off I'll have a nice pattern there, nice thick coat of gesso. And the other stuff I used, I don't think it would stay in there, if you know what I mean. It would run underneath. It's too runny. Okay, moment of truth. Let's gently peel that off. See what we have there, and if it's messy, I'll just paint it in. It looks a little bit funny. It's quite pretty actually, but it has a funny ghosty edge around it. Maybe I pushed too hard. I'll show you, see if you can see what I mean. So the edge of it, it's a bit like a ghost print on a gel plate. Not a ghost print, you know when you do layers and you get a build up around the edge of your stencil. Excuse me. I might just put a little bit more of this on here. And I'm going to spray some ink. I've got a focal point, which is a flower that I just cut out, so it's similar, sort of similar to that. So I want my background to reflect the colours of that flower. So when I put the other gesso on, what I was trying to do was disguise the joins where the paper is glued onto the page. So now what I'm trying to do is completely cover bits of it. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. I think while that is still wet, I'm going to spray some ink on there. So I'm thinking about colours that will contrast with the pink flower. And this might be a bit odd, but I've got a green marker spray, distress marker stain, called Wicked Elixir. And that's what I want to put there because pink and green go really well together. So I want to put some pink on there. Oh, green. Come on. There's a ball bearing in there. I'm trying to get it off the bottom of the bottle. There we go. Oh, that's my exercise for the day. I haven't told anybody this because it's quite personal, I sort of feel. But anyway, I'll let you know. I joined Weight Watchers because I need to lose some weight, and I went today, and I'm really happy because I'm not happy now. I lost 1.3 kilos this week. I lost 800 grams last week. The week before I put on 100 grams, and I lost 1.3 kilos the week before. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I need to lose about 25 kilos in total. So it might get to a stage where you'll see really skinny arms. I hope that's what happens. Now that's not exactly what I wanted, but anyway, it's what I've got. As you can see, I just squirted some on there, and I'm going to wet it, and then I'm going to mop some of it off. Yeah, I mean, I'm 65, and feel like about 85 some days. So I'm happy to be getting some excess pounds off, or kilos. I'm going to dry that. Okay, so I've kind of wrecked the stenciled bit. So I thought what I'll do is try and get the stencil back on top. Is that the way I had it? Or was it this way? No, it had to be this way. Put the stencil back down. Maybe it was that way. Yeah, and I'm going to squirt some ink through it. Okay, so this could end in disaster. So I'm going to just... not that bad, I suppose. I'm going to flip it over and put the excess stuff there. Yeah, it's a bit splodgy. And do I add water? Because I love the colour this goes when it's got water. So I'm just going to mist. That wasn't a mist. What are you talking about? Get a proper mister. Mister. Here we go. This is Mister. Only one of those things. I've seen people using them, and they've just put out this really fine mist. That's just rank. I do not like that whatsoever. The flour actually doesn't look too bad on top of it. I should dry it off, and then I should reapply the gesso, because the ink will come through the gesso. Well, I just had an idea, famous last words, and what I'm doing is I'm mixing some ink into gesso, and I've got a different stencil. So I got this one. Oh, can't pick it up. So this one. So I'm going to put it over the top. And hopefully this is going to work. We'll see. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, so I want it to go that way, and I'll put it up there. Do I want to use this? I'm second thinking everything I'm doing now, because I'm second guessing, I should say. because the first bit didn't work. I think I need this more flexible paint knife. Go in the water. Hopefully I don't get all that bleed that I had the first time. But I think that happened because the silicone Duvalaki paintbrush was flexible enough to push right down inside. I know I said that was what I was trying to achieve, but when I got it, I didn't want it. And if this doesn't work, I might be starting a new page. See, this wouldn't have happened if I'd just used texture paste in the first place. Let's pull it up. That's not too bad, actually. I don't mind that. It's a little bit messy. Where can I wipe this? Just here. That's a really nice colour. It doesn't go to waste now. Just hold that up. That turned out alright. So I'll just show the flower next to it. Yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, now I have to dry it again. Well, I was going to dry it, but you know when you sometimes turn your heat gun off and it doesn't work again when you turn it back on? You've got to leave it for a few minutes. Well, that's what mine's doing, so I'll put some of this ink on here. I'm going to water it down, and then I will... Ooh, that's not water. I nearly picked up the green ink. That would have been fun. That's water. And should I splatter or paint? Oh, I might splatter. Loosen it a bit more. Get on there. Maybe I will be painting. It's not the colour I thought it was. It's not as an intense a pink as I wanted. What is it? It's Victorian Velvet. Just whack a bit on there. I've got worn lipstick. That would have been a better colour. Where is it? And now there's a helicopter. Of course there's a helicopter. I wonder if that's coming through the microphone. That's a bit of pink. That's more antique sort of looking. When there's a helicopter, it usually means that there's an accident out on the motorway, or if it's like just flying over, it can be the rescue helicopter coming in, like picked up someone out in the ocean somewhere. Because we're only about 1 kilometre from the Pacific Ocean where I live, as the crow flies. It's a bit further than that if you want to drive, because you can't drive straight through the houses and everything. It'd be alright if you could. Yeah. When I first moved here, I didn't realise that you could just cut through the shopping centre, and you're only a block away from the beach, and I decided to walk to the beach this day, and I walked all the way down the end of this long road, about 2 or 3 kilometres down the road, and then all the way back up to where the surf club was and the patrol beach. And I was wearing thongs or flip-flops, whatever you call it, and like the skin on the bottom of my feet was just burning from the rubber. Just about wore the soles off my feet. And then I found out later on that, oh no, did you know you could just go through the shopping centre? So the shopping centre is like 10 minutes away from where I live. And then it's about another 2 minutes away from the beach. And it took me like 45 minutes to walk there. I only made that mistake once. Okay, I'm just going to plonk that there. Up there. Let's see whether the heat gun is working yet. Nope. It's really having a tantrum. Where are we going with this? I think that's going to look nice, but I'm going to have to edge it. By the time the heat gun works, this paint will have dried anyway. The temperature today. Did you hear that car? Because if you did, it means the microphone's not working. It's not fixing the problem. I'm thinking I shall turn the camera off and switch the ceiling fan on the highest speed. And that might dry this and probably dry it before the heat gun is working again. Well, oh, I could go and get my hairdryer. Alright, I'm just going to leave that for the minute. Decide what I'm going to do, and I'll see you when this is dry. Okie doke, so everything is dry and we're definitely at dog's breakfast stage, I think. This is a hot mess. I'm not at all happy with it. There's not enough white space in there. Everything is bleh, and I want to stick a piece of this over the top to knock it all back into the background. Yay or nay? I don't know. I'm going to scrunch it, as you just saw. And then I'm going to put this down. Over the top. I'm going to use PVA glue, similar to Mod Podge. Oh dear. This is all planned, by the way. Not. Okay. It's only a piece of paper, isn't it? It's just a piece of paper. So I'm not getting stressed about it. I just don't like it. I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to make it look something better. Look better. Look better. That's what I want anyway. And I'm probably sticking the rest of the pages of my book together. I actually like the way it looks now, but it won't dry like that. Okay, so on with the wrinkly paper. This is like deli paper, I think. So what I'm going to do is let it dry, and then I'm going to rip off the edges that aren't stuck down properly. Just tear it off. Wonder how long that'll take to dry. Oh, you silly thing's done it again. At work now. It was working now, wait. Okay. This is getting beyond a joke. And now it's getting dark. Must be a cloud coming over. Helicopter's still flying around. Okay, so as you saw, I've torn that off and I've gone around the edge with this red violet pencil just to take the plainness off the edge. I've got art glittered glue and I'm just going to glue this onto the top of that tissue papery stuff. Okay, so this was a good save. So it was really ugly. Did not like it at all. And I didn't want to add any more wet things on top of it. So I think adding that tissue over the top, or whatever it was, deli paper or something. I'm not even sure what it was. I bought it as deli paper, but I don't believe it is deli paper. Okay, so I'm just going to put like a little shadow around the edge. Okay, so this is a Faber-Castell Polychromos Red Violet, and I don't know where I got this pencil from. I have only one of them, and it's this one. So I don't think it's water soluble or anything. I'm not sure why I would have bought it. I've had it for a long time, I do know that much. I find it easier to go from right to left when I'm doing this. That's why you see me do little sections. I can't go the other way. Just little bits I can, but not much. So I do a bit and then I go up a bit further away from it and come back again. But, you know, we all have our little idiosyncrasies, don't we? I'll pull it on the glue. I don't think I'll be using it again. Yes, I will. A little bit there. Oh, and there. I like the little nozzle on this because it helps me get in underneath things like that. And this was just a little set of bottles I got from the cheap shop. Oops. So I'm looking at this edge and I don't think it's dark enough. This is a lovely combination of colours. If you were looking at that, you wouldn't even know that that big disaster happened, would you? A piece of paper just fixed everything. And I don't think it's dark enough to do that. I was just going to do a bit of mark making. I don't think it's dark enough. I'll put it on there anyway. I've got to be careful that I don't go too far overboard. Just going to add a little bit more of this colour down the bottom here. When I pulled that tissue off there, it has sort of torn up the page a little bit. That just about does it. Do I want to put some splatters on there? You know what I wouldn't mind doing? Just with this stamp, get some black ink. Just put a little bit of stamping in there. Just a touch. You can see the text on the book page still, so I think this has turned out really well, considering the disaster that it was. I actually really like it. Just a little bit over here, I think. Yep. I think some gold splatters would look nice. I left this one to marinate overnight because I wasn't really sure whether I liked it or not, and I edited the video and everything to start with, so now I've decided I don't like it. It's I think it's just too, there's not enough contrast, so I'm going to do some stuff to it. So what I'm going to do is apply some gesso, but I think with my little brayer, which is here, this one, I'll scoot some gesso over it, and then I'm going to get my black Stabilo pencil, Stabilo oil pencil, and I will go over that edge around here and see how that looks then. And I'll probably do the Stabilo around the border as well. Oh, and I just got back from a walk, and it's so stinking hot outside. I probably look like I've just gotten out of the swimming pool, but that's just sweat. Or I'm glowing. It's a little bit more ladylike, isn't it? I flip you down. I'm trying this. This is, are we in frame? I think so. If not, the top camera is. I'm trying my new little tablet holder to see whether I can get some different angles. And also, I think it will go longer than the camera because I'm using a Canon M50, and you can only record for like 30 minutes at a time on it because it's a DSLR camera, not a video camera. So I think that looks better already, just with that little bit added on there. I'm just going to put a little bit more on. I might end up putting, get out of there. Where did you come from? I'm putting some more stamping on it. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to leave that there and that there. I want to get rid of that really dark green blob there. I've just got to be careful where I get the gesso. So this is my stiff bodied gesso. I've got two. One's runny and one's, well, one you can pour out of the jar, and this one you have to spread like butter. And the reason I wanted to do this with the brayer was so that I could get, actually like that. Like it's not a solid colour. It's broken. I got a little bit of an air pocket happening there. See if I can squash it down. That must be underneath that tissue that I put on. Okay. Just a little bit on the flower. Okay, I think I'm going to let that dry off and then come back and attack it with the Stabilo. So this is completely, like, this is not the way it was envisaged to be. I just had another thought. I've got to stop having these thoughts. I'm thinking ink. And let me find some ink. So I have the muted pink, and this is Liquitex acrylic ink. And then I've got this muted grey, which is more like a grey purple. I just don't know. I do love runs, so let's run some down there. And I'll put some pink over this side. And I have a little baby white that was dry, it's a bit dried out from yesterday. So I'll keep that at hand. Maybe needs a little bit more water. So where's my mister? Where are you, mister? Here's mister. This is Mister. Oh, did you see that? The water went that way because I didn't have it turned around. Oh, this would be so much fun if it was live. Oh no, I don't want you there. Get off there. You can go round, you're not going over. I think I need a little bit more on this bit here. Chalk the book up with some ink pads. And it's mixing a little bit with the gesso. I didn't think that would run over the flower. I thought it would just go around it. I've got to put this lid on before I knock it over. The water again. Okay. This little brush here, just going to fill in some of those little gaps. I watched Mariah and Patricia's video, or most of it this morning. They're live. I'm loving that book that P is making, but I haven't seen the beginnings of it. So I believe there's a playlist, so I really want to make something like that. And in fact, When I was over at the cheap shop the other day, I found this. It was only $2, so I grabbed it because I thought it would be inspiration for making, you know, some sort of concertina type pop-up thing. But now that I've seen her book, I would really like to make something similar to that. I don't want to copy it, of course. I don't need to copy it because I can make my own, but it has inspired me. Okay, where's the Stabilo? It's not Stabilo, this is watercolour Faber-Castell. So let's just go here where it's wet. And down here, I hope that's still in frame. I know it's probably not in the centre. Ohuhu is the brand of the book, and I couldn't think of it yesterday. Okay, so while that's wet up here, I'm just going to go around with this watercolour pencil. I know I did say I was going to use Stabilo, but this will do. I reckon I should have fuzzed that out a bit. Just so it's not an abrupt ending there. Okay, now I need some water for this. So I'm just going to put some water on this little block. And dip this pencil into it. I love it when these pencils do this. It's my cheap thrill. I had some little marks down here. I'm going to just go over them in the black. You probably can't see all the texture in that, I'm not sure. Let me just put that black blob on there somewhere. We'll hold it up. And now I think I like it. So let me know what you think. Did you like the first version, the second version, or the third version? I like the third version. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Oh, I thought about doing some black stamping, didn't I? That means I have to wait for it to dry. I can't be bothered. You can still see the stamping from before, and I might do it off camera anyway. Okay. I'll see you in another video, so don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you really hate it. Yes, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you watch my videos all the time, can I suggest that you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, then you will know when I'm putting out a new video. And in the meantime, happy crafting. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everything that you do for me, and I love reading your comments. I love to see all those thumbs up, and until then, hooray from Australia. Bye for now.